Hey, this is Carlos, and I'm submitting my game Clima for the TGGA Take My Money Award. There is a lot of innovation in Clima, including original mechanics, a super deep integration of mechanics and theme, and also the fact that the game was designed for sustainability from the first day, resulting in original game components that few, if any, board games have used before. Let's start with a high-level overview. Clima is a light-medium co-op about solving the climate crisis. Your goal is to decarbonize the world before the year 2040, while also responding to extreme weather events to avoid a global humanitarian crisis. Innovation starts with the board itself, which is double-sided. You use one side for games of 2 to 3 players, and the other for games with 4 or 5 players, which has more locations to accommodate a higher player count. This simple innovation allowed for 2 different sets of balancing for the game, one for lower player counts and a different one for higher player counts, allowing the game to be exhilarating and tense at all player counts. Another innovation is that the main board is completed by attaching a mission track to it. You will advance on this track by completing missions during the game, gaining rewards as you do it. But what is really innovative about this is that you can change these tracks. And by doing so, you don't just change the rewards that you're getting, you also change the difficulty of the game. Clima comes with 3 different mission tracks, one for an easy level, medium level, and a hard level. So if you want to play a harder level, all you have to do is to change the mission track and away you go. Now let's talk about the deep integration of theme and gameplay in Clima. Now, I have worked in tackling the climate crisis for nearly 2 decades, so I've made sure that every single card, component, and game mechanic has been grounded in facts and real events from the climate trenches. For example, much like in real life, extreme weather events such as flooding, droughts, or bushfires will occur across the world throughout the game. In real life, we know that these events will be happening more frequently and more intensively, but we don't know exactly when the next one will occur or how big it's going to be. So this uncertainty of location and intensity is integrated into an elegant climate feature system in Clima, where a card is revealed after every turn and is placed next to the discard pile. The 2 cards next to each other form a joint label, one revealing the intensity of the extreme weather event and the other the location of it. In this case, a huge flooding event is affecting West Africa. Players add 2 unrest tokens to that location, bringing it into crisis. If too many regions fall into crisis, you will lose the game. Another innovation is missions, which make Clima a much more collaborative game than most co-ops in the market. Each player is assigned an individual mission, which when completed will allow you to move in the mission track and grow your powers. The twist is that any player can help you meet your mission, which is way easier to do than if you were trying to do it alone. The feeling that you're not just coordinating your actions with other players, but you're actually helping them become more powerful and collectively do more for the environment is something that playtesters absolutely love. Another thing that is really exciting about Clima is how thematic the engine building is. During the game, you will be able to acquire skill cards, allowing for combos that are not just super cool, but also exceptionally thematic. There is the electric vehicles card, which removes carbon from your location, but it also has a thematic bonus, which allows you to move for free to a nearby location. Or the green hydrogen card, which can remove a lot of carbon, but much like in real life, it won't be available to be used until the timeline has reached the year 2030. Or the recycling card, which frees use actions on your player board so you can use the tiles and the actions again. Last but definitely not least, I am a sustainability expert and I designed Clima for sustainability from the first day. And this really influenced gameplay and the components and materials used in the game. For example, I wanted for Clima to be a bag builder because I love that mechanic. But textiles are so much worse for the environment than just using cardboard or paper. While most paper is actually recycled today, hardly any textiles are recycled anywhere around the world. So I prototyped an alternative to a bag builder, which I'm calling a box builder, where cloth bags are replaced with a cardboard dispenser. This allows for the same random tile draws than using a bag, but at a drastically lower cost to the environment. And even better, the box also proved to be a great tactile experience for playtesters who describe it as much more exciting than drawing from a bag. Clima also features a 3D prototype alternative to plastic minis, using a multi-layered cardboard assembly to create the Climate Summit component, a building that moves all across the board with every round. Thank you for watching this video and considering my game for the award.